Chris White, and delighted to be here, so happy to be here. We're celebrating, could I have a copy actually of that book here? We're celebrating this brand, come on, let's hear it for this brand new book by none other than Jagjeet Sharma right here. Come on, give her a big cheer, come on. This is, for those that don't know, guess what? This is not the first or second, third or fourth volume of poetry. This is the fifth. Come on, one more cheer. So we're going to do just a few fun special things here, and then things will continue to be amazing because there's going to be some food and beverages. So thanks for being here, and I'm happy to be here as a friend of Jagjeet, and also as another of the hosts on CKCU, Community Radio. And so I have a long time connection with that radio station, and so do you, both of you. Okay, we're going to talk about that in a minute. So, but in the meantime, let me tell you a little bit about, and let's have a round of thanks to Sid Amin for playing and singing there, and that's Sid. And you'll be hearing more from him and Thomas up here on this stage after we get into the refreshment and snack portion of the evening. Okay, Jagjeet Sharma is a journalist, a radio host, and guess what, a poet. So, and we're going to have a little chat about how this all came to pass. I'm looking forward to hearing more about that. Jagjeet co-hosts on CKCU on Wednesdays from 6 to 7 p.m. a show called Asian Sounds. So Surinder and Jagjeet are the hosts of that show. She is a founding member and president of the Ottawa Ethnic Media Forum. So that's a very interesting fact. And also a member of the the Media Club of Ottawa, and contributed to a University of Ottawa research project that was entitled Ottawa Multicultural Media Initiative. So there's an interesting theme there, and a theme of inclusiveness and bringing people's voices forward. And Jagjeet has done that magnificently in a variety of ways. So here we go. Jagjeet has published, as mentioned, 4 previous collections of poems: Nature's Subtle Seductions, Fragments, Raindrops, and Under a Maple Tree. During the pandemic, she curated 3 volumes of anecdotes from a variety of people who were describing their experiences, and 2 of those 3 volumes of anecdotes that Jagjeet curated won awards from the Canadian Ethnic Media Association. So these are amazing accomplishments, so way to go. And so one more time, let's hear it for Jagjeet, and let's bring her up here onto the stage. Come on up. So maybe head over to this mic. Why not? Unaccustomed as we are to speaking on microphones.
Come on.
What? Sorry. Oh yeah. So can you come up too, Surinder? Yes, please. Okay. So here, this dynamic team has been hosting Asian Sounds on CKCU FM for how long do we know?
I think almost 25 years. It'll be 25 years next year. Yeah. Next year, 25 years.
Way to go. I was going to guess 15. So
another moment of celebration.
Tell us a little bit about that show, Asian Sounds.
Asian Sounds, we started way back 2000, and it was basically to showcase the music from the subcontinent, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, India, so the whole subcontinent, and different songs, fusion songs, not only Bollywood but other songs as well. So it was basically interviewing people, local talent here in Ottawa, providing a platform for those talented people, artists who didn't have any place to go, but so we invited them over. So this was basically our show, and it continues to be like that.
Yeah, CKCU 93.1, just up from CBC. our little joke. CKCUFM.com, and you can listen back later. That's the nice
yes.
thing, right?
Yeah.
Now, Surinder, I understand you were not necessarily involved in the show right from the start. Am I right or not?
I was voluntold.
Voluntold, as they call it. So, but now...
Well, it's just that I used to go upstairs to the show and to the studio, and then he would be waiting downstairs for me, waiting for me for an hour, and I thought in the cold in the winter that doesn't make sense,
Might
right?
as well come upstairs, right?
Might as
To
well
the
come
radio
upstairs and talk.
station.
So out of pity for me, because I was waiting downstairs, freezing my butt off. Now she's broadcasting, so she called me up. No, it's been a wonderful ride or journey.
Yeah, now that you're into it, Surinder, just come back to that mic again for a second.
Okay.
Now that you're involved
Yes.
in hosting that show,
I
the
hope
communities, it is for the community, right? It was by the community for the community. Is that correct? Yeah, say a little more about that.
Well, it's for everyone actually, community at large, because we get audience or listeners from all across Ottawa, even overseas.
And even you sitting there.
We have many of our listeners.
Okay, we have
here
some
in the-
listeners here today. That's
Exactly.
right.
So yeah,
Yes.
it's true. Like you and I were talking earlier. I think it's a good, even though you're not facing the listeners or the audience. It gives you that opportunity to practice your people's speaking skills. Sorry, gives you that confidence to speak in public. So it's a good place.
Yeah, I think it is definitely a win-win-win situation with regard to community radio. And here we are, we're celebrating this book. And I'd like to chat with both of you as to how this whole idea of writing poetry books started, Jagjeet. I know you've been writing poetry for a long time, but
So we'll try to be
why
short.
put them into books? Yeah.
We'll try to be short. In 2017, I had my heart surgery at I call it a world-class institution, the Ottawa Heart Institute. And my better half, Mrs. Sharma, was taking care of me. So while she was doing that, this idea came across because she's a Carleton alumni and a background in journalism. So she had been compiling some poems. So I said, why not? So she came up with the idea of writing a book. And my thought was, well, Lord or whosoever is up there watching over us has been very kind, so why not pay back to this world-class institution? So she published the first book in 2018, and so ever since then it's become a journey now. Every year we try to pay back as much as we can. So whatever sale proceeds we get from this, every year she launches a book from those books, and we bear the cost because. We are able to. And this is all thanks to your support, the support of community at large, friends, family, colleagues. So that's how it started.
Jagjeet, we are celebrating here today. Yeah, thank you for telling us that story, Surinder. And what a wonderful story about turning adversity in something that has benefited the entire community in a number of ways. And here we are. Also have the benefit of this poetry that you have been writing for. You've been writing poetry for a long time, right?
Yes, as Surinder said, I am a Carleton University graduate. So I took a poetry workshop way back, and I fell in love with poetry. I fell in love with Canadian literature and Canadian writers. Leonard Cohen is one, and Margaret Atwood, of course. So I took a Canadian literature course, very inspired by it, and then since then it's been, 2 lines here, 2 lines there, but I would compose a poem, and it's been with me since then. But it actually came to fruition after his surgery and after publishing the book and everything, and I continued on, and I call it my journalistic poetry because I am a journalist and I do. Read the news, see the news, and I'm a news junkie, so that's why.
You're responding to some of those situations.
Yes.
Are you saying there has been more poetry more recently than in the past? Like it's flowing more freely? Or?
Well, it's just it just
Or
flows.
continuing.
Sometimes just flows. You're a songwriter, so right?
Now, I just dabbling, and I do advise picking up this book here today, getting Jagjeet to sign it. It's a mere $15, and as Surinder was
and it
saying,
goes to
all
the
the
Ottawa
proceeds
Heart Institute.
to the Ottawa
Yeah.
Art Institute. So,
And it's a lovely book. It's International Women's Day today, and I thank you everyone for coming here today and supporting us. And the book is about women, and it's for women. So do read it. I won't say very much, and I won't read from it. But there's a poem on page 43 that you must surely read. So that's it.
and just to follow up, my impression, even just from your previous poetry and from what I've seen from this book, is you are wrestling with some pretty difficult questions, and you are juxtaposing some things that just don't seem to reconcile. They just don't seem to fit some of the extremes of the experiences that we have. Is that a fair summary of some of your themes, maybe?
No, I think it's nature. Subtle Seductions was about nature, and we talked about mom and so on. I lost my mom in 2008.
Oh.
So nature Subtle Seductions was about that. And then the second one was Fragments. It's also memories and fragments of those memories. And then the third one is Raindrops. It's all actually a random collection of, and Suha has read that book. It's a random collection of poems, and then the fourth one, Under a Maple Tree, again, a mixed random collection. So we, I try to gather up whatever I can from news and from family or friends or something that really affects me, and then I put it into some lines. And if they make sense, they go into the book. If they don't make sense, they're discarded. So,
how do you describe this current book then? It's called Measure of a Woman. And here we are on International Women's Day.
Yes, it's Mahashivratri as well. So happy Mahashivratri, and Julian is here today, and I'm so glad to see you here. So thank you so much. Julian is very much into Hindu religion and philosophy. So he might say a few words, I'm not sure. Would you like to say a few words? Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
okay.
the current volume.
It has to do with women, and as I said, I'm a news junkie. I read news, on TV, newspapers, etc., magazines, and it's about women and the challenges that women face and have faced, the struggles. So a little bit of the 2012 story that came out. The Nirbhaya story is one. The rape, that was 2012, and it took a long time for the parents to get justice for for her girl, for her daughter. So it's about that, and it's about many other things that women face: physical violence, verbal abuse, domestic abuse. It's a lot of things. So the challenges have not stopped; they continue. We are still facing them. Women all across Canada, overseas. They're all facing them, so it's still a challenge. And I just wanted to document a few of the poems that I've written over the years, and they're all in there. Hopefully you'll enjoy the book and give me some feedback as well.
Now, am I correct that the publisher is here?
Publisher was supposed to be here, but a last minute change.
Perhaps not. Okay, some family members are definitely here though, and because you're all so proud of this individual, how about standing up and come on, let's give a round of applause to the family members and to these folks right here. And these individuals right now are going to come up and do something special. Is that right, you two? Okay, this is what you call a photo op, if you've ever seen one before. This is one coming up here. But over here though, you guys, over here.
So you want to come to okay, there we go.
The official ribbon cutting for the new book. You got it? You might have to hold the ribbon a little bit, right? Hold the ribbon a little bit. Okay. There we go.
And we'll have the cake now and some food, so please do stick around.
Anybody we need to thank? Hey, let's give a big thank you to Irene for being here
Yes.
and for hosting us so graciously today.
Yes, thank you.
Anybody else? we need
And
to-
we need to thank you,
Oh.
Chris. Thank you so much, Chris, for
Oh yeah,
coming here.
I was going to sing my song about going to the library with my mom when I was a little kid. Should I do that?
Yes, yes, of course.
Okay, let me
of
get my
course.
guitar.
Yeah,
Where did I put it?
While Chris is getting his guitar, I forgot to say a very happy International Women's Day to all the ladies present here.
And Julian, would you
Big
like
round of applause for all the ladies. And Julian, please.
to say a few words?
Oh yeah. Oh please. Oh please, yeah. Okay, now here's a treat. Here's a special treat. It's even a bigger treat than hearing me sing my song about going. Is it Julian? Julian. Come on, man. Okay. Okay. And please make Julian welcome. Give him some applause here. Come on.
So thank you very, very, very much. Bonjour à tous. Hi, everybody. I was asked to just say a few words, and I'm very happy to be here. It is indeed a special day. Today is the International Women's Day, of course, and it's important to slow down and appreciate what women bring into our lives, all the goodness and the strength also that they bring to our lives. It's also Mahashivaratri, which is a very important day in Hinduism. And I found that when I learned that the launch of the book would be today, I felt that this was a very auspicious opportunity. So for Lord Shiva means many things, and tonight is going to be a night of meditation, celebration, chanting. But for those of you who are not familiar with Hinduism, simply, it's a matter of closing your eyes and remembering your best self. And that best self is always seeking expression. You connect with your best self, and then you connect with others. You offer them your love, your curiosity, your courage, your compassion. That's what it's all about. It's really about connectedness. I will simply chant a mantra for the occasion. And the mantra is interesting because it says that without the feminine principle, Shiva is inactive. It needs a woman to be fully embodied. And so I think it's a good homage to the book as well. Om Shiva Shaktya Yukto Yadi Bhavati Shaktaf Prabhavitum Na Chedevan Devo Na Khalu Kushala Spanditum Api Atastvam Aradhyam Harihara Virincha Dhibirapi Pranantum Stotum Va Kathamakrita Punyaf Prabhavati Om. That's it.
Wow.
Thank you again, Julian, for attending, and thank you for this.